Hi there, and welcome back to Booming Entertainment, where we do our best to highlight the entertainment world. Some of it serious, some of it a bit funny. For this video, we're dipping into politics to take a look at the latest on President Trump. Something is always going on with politicians, their secret lives, their shenanigans, and some stuff so out there you couldn't make it up. We're just glad we're not involved in politics. Before moving on, click those notification buttons. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a video. They might seem like small actions on your part, but they really help the channel grow. Your likes and support help us continue to provide videos. So stay to the end of the video. Well, here we are, 5 months, or 4 if you don't count July, from another election. As if all that's happening currently in America wasn't enough for everyone. Anyway, as the election season creeps ever closer, you can expect all the heavy arsenal will be brought to bear on President Trump, which likely will be nothing new for the current administration whether. Since his election, President Trump has endured one attack or scandal after another. So here's the next scandal to arrive. Mary Trump, daughter of Fred Trump Jr. and the niece of Donald Trump, is releasing a new book promising to reveal the bad blood and family secrets. The only question will be whether this book will have any impact on the president, given that so much is happening right now.
Tonight, President Trump's niece calling him a, quote, sociopath who practices, her words, cheating as a way of life. She writes this in a tell-all book obtained by CNN where she says, quote, Donald, following the lead of my grandfather and with the complicity, silence, and inaction of his siblings, destroyed my father. I can't let him destroy my country.
The book is titled Too Much and Never Enough and is set for release in August. It is reported the book will reveal the dark history of the Trump family. Mary Trump is a clinical psychologist and the president's only niece. Her father, Fred Trump Jr., passed away in 1981 after a long struggle with alcoholism and alleged neglect during his stages of addiction. Mary Trump's new book will examine the roles President Trump and his father played in the demise of Fred Trump Jr. Simon & Schuster, the publisher, describes the book as a revelatory, authoritative portrait of Donald J. Trump and the toxic family that made him. Of course, all the book exposure is good for the publishing house, and its main concern of selling as many books as possible. With a history of bad blood, which has existed for years, between Trump family members, you can't expect an unbiased opinion. The book is based on first-hand experiences and will likely be an unflattering account of the family's background. For example, the book questions some of the dubious tax schemes of Donald Trump during the 90s. The book seems poised to continue the animosity between the members of the Trump family. In fact, the book is the subject of a court battle between Mary Trump and President Trump's younger brother, Robert Trump. The conflict centers on whether Mary broke her non-disclosure agreement and if Simon & Schuster can publish the book. The appellate judge sided with the publishing company on the grounds that it was never a party to the non-disclosure agreement. The judge also lifted the temporary restraining order against Simon & Schuster, which was effectively blocking them from publishing the book. As far as we can tell, the book is still scheduled for release at the end of July, in time to hit shelves in August. The book is supposed to reveal all of the family's secrets and history, yet most of the animosity between the Trump family members seems to stem from the will left behind by Trump Sr. The will pointedly left the smallest portion of the family inheritance to Freddie Trump Jr., a slight that Mary Trump and her brother continue to hold to this day.
And in it, you see Mary Trump writing about the hubris of her uncle. She writes about how she didn't actually think that he was taking his presidential election seriously. And she even had lunch at one point with Marianne Barry Trump, who was a federal judge. And they're discussing Donald Trump running for president. This is back in 2016. And it recounts this conversation in which Marianne Trump says, he's a clown. This is what the book said. He's a clown, my Aunt Marianne said during one of our regular lunches at the time. This will never happen.
As with most bad feelings between family members, it appears that money, or inheritance, is the basis of such wounds. Interestingly enough, President Trump has remained silent regarding the release of his niece's book. In the past, the president has mentioned that affairs were settled amicably within the family. Whatever the situation may be, President Trump does not act too worried about his niece's book, even when the niece mentioned this.
He doesn't have a strategy, Mary says. He never has. She says it was a fluke, that he won the election. She says he never thought that he was going to win, and that he takes these rebukes as challenges and doubles down on his behavior because of these problems in his family that she describes in detail, as Sarah just mentioned. At the end of the book, Kate, what you hear from Mary Trump is that, it's a lifetime of failures by the President of the United States. She says the lies may become true in his mind as soon as he utters them, but they are still lies. It's just another way for him to see what he can get away with. And so far, he's gotten away with everything.
Given all that is currently happening with the nation and all across the world, the release of a tell-all book is probably the least of the president's worries. It will remain to be seen whether Mary Trump's book has any impact on the upcoming presidential election, or whether it will be swallowed up in the rest of the turmoil. One has to consider, if Mary Trump's family grievances are really that important at this time, a worldwide virus devastating economics, disharmony, protests and riots destroying the neighborhoods and tearing history apart, just seems like there might be more important issues than delving into a president's family history. For that matter, what president hasn't had some family issues? What family doesn't have problems? These are mere questions worth considering relating to Mary Trump's book. The book might be an interesting summer read, but if its release is meant to hurt the president's campaign, it might end on a short chapter. So we leave it up to you to decide. If you read the book sometime this summer, drop us a comment and let us know what you think. We would love to hear any opinions or insights you wish to share. For more booming entertainment, remember to click those buttons, like and share, and leave comments. Until next time.